Hey now, welcome back to Lone Star Mini Restoration. Today I'm going to show something I've learned as well as my plans for the shell. Okay, I finally found a recommended machinist, auto machinist here in town. I've been looking all over the state really, and I found a few. However, they're backlogged. They're backlogged for months, and so the engine that I have torn apart, you know, I want to dry deck it. I need plugs put in it. I need a whole board for the fittings, and I can't get it done. So I've wrapped up the engine. I've cleaned off everything. But when I was lapping my valves, I want to show you something that I've learned. The other day I found a machinist here in town who came totally recommended, and I went and he talked to me for like 3.5 hours, and he taught me a heck of a lot in that time. Unfortunately, I didn't take notes, but one thing I want to show, you know, I thought I did a good job, but I want to show something that I've learned, and then I'm going to go to my shell. The other day I lapped my valves, and I thought I did a good job. I mean, when you look at this surface right here, you know, it looks pretty clean all the way around. Well, apparently I didn't. And when I took this to the machine shop, this guy caught it so daggum fast. He saw it, I mean, immediately. Of course, he looks at these every day, but, and of course, now that he pointed it out, yeah, I see it too. But like on this guy, you can see the dark spots in here. And so this one I didn't lap. I need to go revisit that and redo that again. And there's some other areas, like right on this one, let's see. Right in there, there's some dark areas. Right in here, there's a little bit of dark area. So I just need to lap these a little bit longer. Now, with that said, what he told me, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. He said, you know, and this guy is old school, so he has forgotten more than I know, but he said the thickness of where the valve laps with the seat should be no thicker than a nickel. So this is an American nickel, and it should be no thicker than that. You know, for the most part, it looks pretty good. Now, a nickel, by comparison, is approximately the same thickness of a 2 pence. So that's why I showed it. These two are basically the same thickness. They're pretty doggone close. I didn't put a mic to them, but they are close. Now, the area above the seat, this area right here, between that seam and the top right here, that should be no thicker than a dime. Now this is 10 cents in American money. And the equivalent, now this is a little bit thicker, but a 10 pence or a 20 pence UK money is almost the same, but this is actually a little bit thicker. So, but that area above there should be no thicker than a dime. Anyhow, I thought that was quite interesting. So I wanted to document it from my own memory. But I am going to go back and I'm going to lap these a little bit more to get them cleaner. Let's go outside now and I'll show you the shell. I've kind of stalled on the engine until I can get fitted into an engine shop. So I'm going to regain focus on my shell, and I'll show you why I stalled on the shell to begin with, because it's that old adage where, you know, if you don't know what to do, typically, including myself, people do nothing. Well, I got to that point, it's like, crap, I don't know what to do next. And I'll show you why. Now, let me apologize up front. When I go out here, it's so bright, I can't see the screen on this camera. And so, hopefully I'll point everything. But, all right, so going out here, okay, right off the bat, hopefully you can see in here, I have a new boot floor. So that's good. New boot floor. I've got a new floor going in, new heritage floor. Now this is the bench, part of the boot floor, and I've got basically everything is going to be new. This whole foot section of this old toe board section, that's going to be replaced. I have that panel. All these flitch panels and inner wings, all that's going to be replaced. This A post is going to be, you know, replaced. This panel back here, this quarter panel, I'm going to keep all this, but this down here is going to be replaced. Coming around to the back, you know, of course I'm going to have a new valance, new corner support, and I'm going to get I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to get like the half back end or if I'm just going to get this lower area and replace down here. All right, so here's my problem, or here's why I stalled on working on the shell. I think I know what I'm going to do now, but I would love input for all those guys out there that have worked on shells. If you could help me, I would love your input. All right, since I have a new floor, and since that panel right there is going to be replaced below the headlight all the way across, since that's going to be replaced, I can't really weld the floor panel or the new boot floor to that. Well, I guess I could, maybe in one or two spots only, and then drill it out later. But I'm also replacing the wheel wells. I'm also replacing the bag bends. So, you know, welding the bench area to the bag bin, well, that's kind of pointless at this point because all that's being replaced. The wheel well's being replaced. Up here, the toe board is being replaced. Therefore, I can't really weld the new panel down yet. Now, right now I've got it clecoed in. You can see here, I've got a whole bunch of clecos in here. And so, you know, it's clecoed new panel to old panel. So I don't know, because I'm replacing all this, I don't know where to weld. I don't know how to attach it so that the whole shell doesn't twist. Of course, I've got the whole cross beams. All right, so with all that said, what I think my path forward is, you know, I thought I was going to start welding the boot floor, and I can actually. I've got a new toe board, new floor, and new boot floor. What I can do is I can assemble the toe board to the floor and to the boot floor. I can do that, and I can leave the front end just clecoed together. The other item, oh crap, this metal's hot from sitting out in the sun. Dadgummit. All right, so what I do have is, you know, I've got this whole A post to B post doorstep, right? So, and of course I have all the fittings, all the pieces that make up the A post that come in here. All these pieces that make up this bad boy. So I think what I'm gonna do, one at a time. Now, all my cross beam support structure, on the back end it's attached to the bag bin. I don't have to mess with that at all. On the front end, it's attached to the hinge point. Well, that's essentially this panel right here, and I'm replacing this panel. So what I have to do is I'm going to have to work one side at a time. I'm going to have to get one side done, and then that'll give me a new lip, and then once I have a new doorstep, then I can actually weld the floor panel to the lip of the doorstep, I think. Now, what I have to do is I have to figure out how all of this, again, I can't see what the heck I'm doing here on my camera. I hope it's pointed correctly. I have to figure out how this is assembled so I can figure out how to remove it. I guess I have to strip the paint. I've got to find where the spot welds are and work that. Of course, I have to remove this cross beam. Now, the cross beam goes all the way across on the back. It's got a cross member here to keep it from scissoring. So I believe I've got it stout enough that when I undo this one bolt, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And this bolt is going to give me an approximate position along with the floorboard. The new floor panel seal that comes up, um, I'll be able to line it all up, I think. So, anyhow, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to figure out where to start. So, I'm trying to regain focus on the show and figure out how I can move forward. That's why I stopped working on the show to begin with, because I got a little confused and I didn't know what proper step to take. Now, I think I have a path forward by working that door sill, that door step, and A post and B post. I think that's a good way to go, and then that'll give me a better foundation for the floor panel. And of course, I have right over here, there's the cross beam. That's ready to go in. And if you note, I don't know if you can see detail, but that sucker's beautiful metal right now. I cleaned it, crap, I don't know, a year ago or more, and there's not a bit of surface rust for me. Now I will wipe it down and clean it before I go. But so I've got that. I've got everything. I think I can move. I think. But anyhow, I would love some input. If anybody has a good suggestion based on, I've got a new boot floor, I've got a new floor panel, main floor panel, I've got the door sills, I've got all the new panels for the floor area. I've got a new toe board, which, well, is laying down right here. There's a new toe board. Um, but I'm replacing so much that all that attaches to that I'm not quite sure what I can attach, what I can't. I can't attach the toe board to the floorboard and also on the opposite end to the bench or the boot floor. I can do that, and maybe that's where I'll do. That's what I'll do. But that's where I'm at. Would love to hear any suggestions, advice, or whatever. Outside of that, thanks for checking in and following my journey. Bye just now.